Now we're going to find the inverse of a polynomial function. So the inverse is a function that undoes what the original function did. For a function to have an inverse, it must be one-to-one, and if it isn't one-to-one, we have to make it one-to-one. So just recall what a one-to-one function is. Each input has exactly one output, and each output has exactly one input. So A goes to B and B goes to A, and it's not like A can go to B and C can go to B. If A goes to B, B only goes to A. Verifying two functions are inverses of one another. Two functions f and g are inverses of one another if for all x in the domain of f and g, g of f of x is f of g of x, which equals x. So how to find the inverse of a function? We replace the f of x with a y, then we swap the x and the y, then we solve for y, and rename the function f inverse of x. So, for example, 1 here says show that f of x equals 1 over x plus 1 and f inverse of x, which is 1 over x minus 1 are inverses of each other for x not equal to 0 or negative 1, because those are values that would make either of them undefined. So here we go. We'll start with looking at f of f inverse of x. It's going to be f of what? Well, what is f inverse? F inverse is 1 over x minus 1. So this amount, that expression will get in place of that x there. So we end up with 1 over x minus 1 plus that 1. So there, this is that plus 1. Here's 1 over x minus 1. Okay. So this minus 1 and the plus 1 will subtract out, giving us 1 over x, which is 1 divided by 1 over x, which is 1 times x over 1, which is x. So that works. Now we'll look at f inverse of f of x. And that's going to be f inverse of 1 over x plus 1. That's how we define f of x. So this part's going to go into this x here. So we're going to have 1 over x plus 1. And then we have minus 1. So it's like saying 1 divided by 1 over x plus 1 minus 1. Or 1 times x plus 1 over 1. So multiplied by the reciprocal. Minus 1. So it's x plus 1 minus 1, which is x. So that works. Now we're going to try to find the inverse of f of x equals 5x cubed plus 1. So we say y equals 5x cubed plus 1. We're going to swap x and y. So we'll have x equals 5y cubed plus 1. And we'll solve for y. So we subtract the 1. We end up with x minus 1 equals 5y cubed. Divide by 5. Y cubed equals x minus 1 over 5. And then we will take the cube root of both sides. And we have y equals the cube root of x minus 1 over 5. Or f inverse of x is the cube root of x minus 1 over 5. That's it for this video.